Ah, yes. Hello again, people. Something about the number 59 just hits me right in the heart. The year of my birth,
Oh,
1959. A legendary year.
7. Oh, well, never mind.
The number one song when I was born was Mac the Knife. How many people can say that? People who were born on Halloween in 1959. Okay.
your birthday's on Halloween?
Halloween, 1959, yes.
Yeah.
1:21 a.m. The delivering doctor's name was Dr. Craig. And I only know this because my mother gave me that middle name until my grandfather solved that problem for me decades later by giving me a new middle name. Oh, thank you, Grandpa Juan.
You know, his record, Bobby Darin's record company, Atlantic Records, he was on ATCO and they tried to stop him from recording Mac the Knife.
Why?
They told him he was throwing away his rock and roll career by doing that. It turned out it was one of the biggest hits of the year, biggest hit of the year, and the biggest hit of his career.
This is the signature song. Wow. All right, that's an interesting piece of trivia there. Hey, glad I brought it up. And another little bit of trivia in my life. I remember being on the highway late at night. It was like, I don't know, 1 a.m. or something. I was driving back to Los Angeles, rolling down the window so the wind would come in and keep me from falling asleep. So I turned on the radio. We used to have radios back then in my car. Turned on the car radio, whatever I could find, and I found a station that was playing this music that really intrigued me. Being a person born on Halloween, I think you'll begin to see the connection here. And who am I talking about? Screen share. Let's see. Come on. I'm talking about my beloved since that car trip, Alien Sex Fiend. And the song I heard was called Minds Full of Maggots.
Oh, God.
What a great song. Now, normally my stars would be shown here, but a certain company that produces a certain music storage for your computer revises every 6 months without your permission. And it sets everything to internet, settings. So some albums are not released in America, like recently, well, not too recently, back in 2015, there was a box set of the classic albums of Alien Sex Fiend along with the BBC sessions as the add-on tracks, the bonus tracks. And so naturally, I acquired disc 3, which is an album called The First Alien Sex Fiend CD. Yeah, pretty forgettable title. No wonder I didn't remember it. But the album I love. Oh, this one's got the ratings on it. Yeah. So Minds Full of Maggots. What a great song. Great drums. The singer's attitude. The lyrics.
Was there an apostrophe in that first title of that song?
Well, that would be the fault of whoever released it.
I'm just curious. Because, there it is.
Minds. There you go.
Kind of a different scenario there.
But when I heard it, I thought it was Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess it should have an apostrophe if it's Minds. That doesn't quite sound right either. But anyway, great song. And then there were some other, I bought the CD. We used to buy CDs back then. It was 1986. And In and Out of My Mind is another fantastic song from that album. It lives up to its title. It has it's very atmospheric. It's kind of like I guess what people are calling dark wave nowadays or goth.
Okay.
It's in those categories. So it's just being a guy born on Halloween, I just lap it up. I dig it completely. And then there's 2 songs that go together, Fly in the Ointment and Seconds to Nowhere. They're very atmospheric. His music is very atmospheric. And it's the kind of music that I got the perfect introduction to because you want to be in a dark room or you're driving in a car at 1 a.m. and this stuff comes on and you're like, whoa, you're totally transported. So then I ventured a little farther and I bought Acid Bath. And I have to admit, I didn't like this album as much as the other album. Even the other album, half of the songs were good and the other half, yeah. On this album, there were only 3 songs I liked. So you see them there. And 2 of them might have been club hits for all I know, especially EST, Trip to the Moon. It's very danceable, 8 minutes. I could see it being played in a club and people just rocking out to it at 1 a.m., you know, that kind of thing. And the other one is another favorite of mine, because I'm very loath to give 4 stars, but they've got 2 right here. Hee Haw is just a rocking song. It's a rocking song. The drums are so prominent. They're almost like recorded drums, but they're not. I know it's a live drummer because I've seen the videos. And he's just a good drummer. So I would highly recommend, and oh, who do I compare Alien Sex Fiend to? Oh my God. Nobody comes to mind. Nobody comes to mind. They're like a harder edged Wall of Voodoo, that's for sure.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Wall of Voodoo is new wave. These guys, no. Heading toward goth, yeah. And so, yeah, so when I bought the deluxe set, disc 2 was Acid Bath. So there you see those tracks again, Hee Haw and EST, Breakdown and Cry. Not as good as the other 2, but still very good. And yeah, this one, yeah, it's listenable, but I have a tendency to have favorites, and then I make a CDR of my favorites, okay?
yeah.
Play in the car. Yeah, I rarely get out at 1 a.m. anymore, but I have a CD player in the house too, and I can pop it on a lonely night. Alien Sex Fiend. If you catch them on YouTube, they did a concert in Japan. I highly recommend. Get a taste of quite a visual aspect to Alien Sex Fiend. Enough said. Any commentary?
There used to be a group from Venice, Santa Monica, and LA area called Aliens versus Robots. I've
Yeah,
seen them a couple of times. They had a wild electric violin player and a great female vocalist.
Okay.
I don't think they ever recorded an album or a CD.
It's like you don't exist if you don't do that. Right? If poets can make their own books, musicians can make their own albums. That's what Bandcamp is all about.
Yeah. Well, they broke up probably a few years ago. I haven't seen anything by them lately in the last few years.
Some bands are like that. They make one album or no albums. They go their separate ways. And lastly, the Find Music group on Facebook. You can always find music there as well, because anyone is free to join Find Music on Facebook. It's a public group, and you can post your finds, and you can see finds that we post as well, right? You're going to be able to find Jim's virtual playlist a lot easier that way, maybe. Just click on it, and I know Fred's posted some stuff, and I posted some stuff, right? Trying to keep the group active. And so I highly recommend going to Facebook, Find Music. You'll find some more musical finds that are not in these episodes.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll post that Rod Geronimo video so you can see it, because it's
Yeah, please do. Right, 59.